Sounds great.
All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And normally we do a funny interlude, but I want to get into it right now. I want to get into the meat and mountain burger of this movie.
Yes, serve me up a mountain burger.
All right, which I think it's a goat meat with lots of mustard. I don't know why mustard. Don't ask me why. But
as you said that, you know what I think it actually is?
What
I think it would realistically be? Just a hamburger with goat cheese, mountain goat cheese.
Oh yeah, and for some reason lots of mustard.
Oh yeah, no, there's Dijon, honey, and plain yellow all on there,
burnt to a crisp.
Yeah,
just fried.
When they toast the bun, but don't do a good job about it. But you're in a ski lodge, so what do?
You're not driving anywhere else, and parking's probably a pain.
There's no McDonald's down the corner.
Yeah, so if that's the best thing they have there, you don't want to eat anything else.
No.
All right. So, speaking of eating, I'm really tying this in here. Now, there's a scene in this movie where Sean Astin goes to save the day, and he goes inside a kitchen.
I know the scene you're talking about.
He steps inside this kitchen. This is his chance to save the day.
Be the hero.
To be the day. He walks inside a kitchen, and you think, hey, this is going to be like a sudden death. Because sudden death happened before this movie, the kitchen fight. Under Siege, The Bodyguard. Yep. There have been many fantastic kitchen fights before this movie happened, right? But he goes into the kitchen.
Remember the kitchen fight from the Bruce Lee movie?
Which one?
With dragging the Bruce Lee story with Jason Scott Lee?
No, I never watched that. There's a kitchen fight in that one?
A fantastic kitchen fight in that one.
And speaking of kitchen fights, I didn't mean this on purpose, but we do have a podcast about kitchen fights. And I did write an article about kitchen fights as well. For movies.
Of course you did.
It's pretty good. So there's a kitchen fight in Ant-Man and the Wasp, by the way, which is pretty good. So that's my favorite superhero movie of 2018, just to let you know. So Sean Astin goes into this kitchen, and you think, hey, he's going to save the day. There's going to be some fist fights. He just stops and starts eating a burger, right? He takes a bunch of bites on a burger. And I'm like, okay, he wanted
a ravenous homeless person.
So I was like, you know what? He probably just wants a couple bites of food. But then he starts going for potatoes.
He just starts ramming everything. It's not like he's been remember Cliffhanger with Stallone?
Oh yeah.
In that movie, it's like a couple days he's up with a T-shirt on in the mountains and no food. So if he was there, you could see him kind of. This guy has maybe been late for lunch.
Yeah,
maybe.
He went out that morning, and it's still light out. And when all the reporters are there, it's still light outside. And it probably gets dark early there, right? Just because of the seasons.
Winter time.
Yeah. So, I mean, he gets out there at 10 a.m., right? So he's probably in this kitchen at
by 11:30.
So, wait, he wants a second breakfast. So he's in this kitchen, and he just starts ramming food into his mouth. And so, some of these movies where, let's say you're on the run and you grab a couple fries, right? I get that. Yeah. Just because you need, some carbs. But
let's say you're fighting some guys in a diner, and someone walks by with a bucket of popcorn. You eat some popcorn, and then you keep fighting.
That's it. You'll be chewing and fighting. He stops.
Yeah.
And he is just, like you said, I'm going back on this, but he is ravenous. He bites into this thing, and I'm wondering who's. See, the thing is, they hadn't been serving food for a while because the terrorists had been there. So that food must have been sitting there for a while. He dives into it.
It's not it.
Then I just don't get it. I don't get it, Adam. Why does he start going for other food around the kitchen? It's been an hour and a half.
Yeah. He reminded me of the pig from the new Peter Rabbit movie. Which just is like, I'll have a bite, and he eats it all. He's like a hungry hippo. He cannot stop. He's got that.
I think that movie's worth podcasting about, by the way, Peter Rabbit.
That's my favorite movie of 2018.
I mean, all right, let's just do a podcast about it. What do you think eventually? And
absolutely.
All right. Yeah, we got to. All right, so we'll do that. I just want to keep talking about rib breaking, but we'll save that for the pod because it's great rib breaking. All right, so
absolutely.
All right, we're talking about Peter Rabbit, not in this movie, but so he's eating and he's grabbing everything he can find. People run in, they start shooting at him. But the best scene in this movie, they had no money for stunt doubles in this film.
None.
There's this scene. All right. Because Sean, I'm not saying this to be bad, but Sean Astin's probably what 5'3", 5'4", 5'5".
He's not a big dude.
Yeah. So he's in a fight with this henchman, and this henchman picks him off the ground by his ski jacket and slams him in the kitchen. And on Sean Astin's face is just fear. I don't think he was acting in that moment. I think that large man who is not a stunt man, who is probably the friend of the director and got that role because he was the biggest guy to do it. And this is random. I was working on The Odd Life of Timothy Green, and it was supposed to be like a take your kids to school day, and they threw me in there because I was like the biggest guy, and they had me like lifting up a kid in the background for like an hour. So that it's probably the same thing, but I wasn't terrifying the child.
And that's why you're not in Icebreaker.
Yeah. So he picks up, but I'm telling you. You guys, I don't know how you can rent this movie. The cheapest way to do it's Riff Tracks, $1.99. You have to do it. But Sean Astin, yeah,
it's free on Tubi, the Riff Tracks version.
Really? Oh, so I paid for it. Oh, dang it! All right, well I'm gonna watch it again because this movie. All right, I'm gonna write a review for Icebreaker and just show it to the world. People have to watch this, and also I think the Riff Tracks thing is funny. But. All right, so when he gets picked up and slammed, he gets slammed on I think he gets slammed on plates, like real plates.
Yeah.
And the look on his face is just fear. Like he was afraid. I felt so bad for him because that guy picked him up and slammed him. Did you happen to catch that moment?
In watching that whole process take place of him ravenously eating, like I think Peter Jackson saw this movie and he's like, that's how a hobbit eats. That is how a hobbit eats. And so but then he hits a switch that tells you when an order's up outside, which is something I've never seen before. And then Carl, the henchman, sees that and he's like, oh, there must be someone to shoot in the kitchen. Comes in the kitchen, and then this fight happens, and it's so surreal because it's not elegant, and good fight scenes are elegant and almost a dance.
Yep.
This is not that.
He picked Sean Astin up and like that. Right, so you know what though? This is what a fight would actually look like in real life, because I think that's what this extra thought they were doing, and I think Sean Astin almost. I'm not saying this, but I think he might have wanted to quit the movie after this scene.
So I want to say, because of this kitchen fight, it's the reason there isn't an end fight between him and Bruce Campbell.
Whoa. I'm with you 100%.
He's like, I'm not fighting another big guy.
I almost got killed.
Yeah, man, I broke 2 of my ribs over there.
He got slammed on plates.
Yeah, like real, not paper plates, but real dishes.
I want you to watch this again. I don't know what we can do, but I just want you, maybe like before we end this pod, we'll just take a quick break. And then if you can scope, I don't know, but Tubi does commercials, right? So you can't blast through it, can you? I'll bring it up right here. I got my computer here as we're talking. All right. So I just want you to see his face, and we can always come back to it and maybe get your reaction later. We could do like a 5-minute thing at the end of this pod, just to kind of hear your reaction to it. How's that sound? That sounds great. I've almost got it up here on my iPad. Okay, sweet. So I just love this scene, man. I know we're really going off on it, but this is also random too. So in Goonies, they had to like do booby traps and deal with like criminals to get to a treasure, right? And then you had Encino Man, where they found an old guy from the ground, right? And then Rudy, he had to have a lot of heart and keep going forward. That's like training for Samwise right there. Those 3 movies 100%. Are Samwise. And then this movie with his eating. So every movie, and then Toy Soldiers. So every movie that he did led him. I forgot he was in Toy Soldiers. Every movie he did led him to Lord of the Rings. And I bet you on set of Lord of the Rings, he's like, I was on this movie. So he's dealing with the best in the business during the fight scene. So on Fellowship of the Ring, when they're fighting in that troll cave, right? When the troll comes in and the goblins are rushing him, everything is choreographed beautifully. Peter Jackson is a maestro. At lunch that day, he's sitting, he's like, hey, Viggo. Hey, Legolas. I can't think of your name right now. I'm on this movie Icebreaker, and this guy... Orlando Bloom. Hey, this guy slams me through 57 plates, and I break 3 ribs, and I couldn't have a fight scene with Bruce Campbell. And he's joking around about it.
And that's why I took the job, was to have a fight scene with Bruce Campbell, but I'm not now, not for that.
And Bruce might have been too drunk.
Oh, yeah. They were clearly miles apart when they were filming that last interaction.
Yeah. I do want to say, though, Astin's super cool, though. So I think he was perfect. Because I don't know if you've ever met him on the Comic-Con scene. He was always super relaxed. Awesome dude.
I have met him. Here's what I'm thinking.
I hate thinking. I don't want to sound like we're hating on him, because every time I've worked with him, he's been a consummate professional. So I don't want to sound like I'm being. But he got slammed on plates in this movie.
Okay, so I'm at 56 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay.
Is the marker.
And so
there's a guy shooting at Sean Astin, and I'll say this as well: the guns in this movie are bananas.
There's a gun barrel that is at least an inch wide. You know, like the diameter, like, you know what I mean? Like the diameter is.
But if you watch, Mark, it's only when they're shooting them. They'll have the same guy will hold a gun with a small regular barrel. It'll cut back to him. It'll have a huge barrel on it, and then the barrel flash comes out of it.
Oh, so that's why they put the big thing on there to get the flash.
Yeah. So I'm gonna push play right now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna watch this fight. So he's running.
Give us a play-by-play.
And okay, so now this guy grabs him. He's lifting him up. He's smashing him down. And Sean, he's like, he throws him against the fridge. The guy with glasses comes in, so he hits him with a pot, and now he's shoving him under there's the fear. Look right there. He is legit. He hits him with a bottle. He's trying to get out of there for real.
Didn't he get slammed? He got slammed, right?
He got slammed so hard.
Yes.
And then he runs out into a huge machine gun and Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. And then he gets
also, I forgot until I saw it right now, that Bruce Campbell and his team have the largest earpieces I've ever seen, but they're just in the restaurant before everybody knows.
Yep.
All they know is that there's no phones or anything working, but here's 6 guys that have massive ear sets on in 1996.
And walkie-talkies don't work either.
Yeah, I love that.
The other people's
don't work either.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't get it, but I love it. That's what makes this movie have so much personality. That's why
it's so endearing.
That's why I love Bruce Campbell movies, and that's why I watch all of them, because they just have. I've watched any movie that has a commentary with his. I've listened to it just because of the personality to these movies, and this one does not disappoint.
No.
So,
can you do me a favor? Off-topic question for 1 minute.
Oh yeah.
What's the very best commentary you've ever listened to?
Oh my goodness! All right, the very best commentary I've ever listened to. Are we talking about enjoy? Like, did I enjoy it? Is funniest? Because it's got to be. I love
it could be for whatever reason, but what would be the one that you've enjoyed the most?
The one that it's got to be Bruce Campbell and Bubba Hotep, where he's Elvis watching Bruce Campbell play Elvis.
Okay.
And then there's a Spinal Tap one that's really funny. In Tropic Thunder, Robert Downey Jr. does that character. This is very random, but the remake of The Crazies has a very good commentary from the director that breaks down the production, and he tells wonderful stories. Paul Anderson is very good on all of his Resident Evil. I enjoy. Taika Waititi absolutely insults people when he does his commentary, so they're not worth listening to. Kevin Smith always does very good commentaries. Tusk was a very good commentary by him.
Yeah, that was a love project for him.
I like that. He tries on that. I know this sounds bad, and I'm not being insulting, because he made some very good movies. But on this movie, I think a lot of people just make fun of it, but he tried. He'll make a joke of it, but the cinematography, the set design, the costuming, and the performance from Michael Parks. Kevin Smith, he's jokey about it, but he wanted to make a good movie, and I think for the most part he succeeded.
I think so. And what I think he did the best, though, was that first trailer.
Oh yeah,
the first trailer. I was like, Kevin did it.
Yeah, he made it.
But my favorite commentary track of all time.
Yeah, what's yours?
Is Gary Busey for the Buddy Holly story.
What?
So it's Gary Busey, like when he was in his crazy years, like 2006, 2007. And so it's the director of the Buddy Holly story and Gary Busey watching it again. And Gary Busey just sings along with it. It's like a sing-along track.
Oh my gosh.
And the director keeps saying, well, in this shot, he goes, yeah, hold on. Well, Pegasus. And he's just like singing the whole time.
I need to listen to this.
It's like frustrating to listen to, but at the same time, it's glorious.